What's up, Mousetrap? It's Teslamouse here for Wi-Fi battle against one of my viewers, Jimmeh6, and this is going to be in the OU tier that took place a few days ago, right after I came back from my 2-week break due to my capture card breaking. Anyways, on his team, he has Megaloplane, Tapu Koko, Celestial, Decidueye, Lando T, and Kieran Black. On my team, I have Raichu, Tapu Fini, Megairna, Lando T, Victini, and Goodra. My Raichu is an interesting Raichu. It is a Z Celebrate Raichu. Basically what Z Celebrate, or Z Happy Hour rather, what Z Happy Hour does is it basically raises all stats of my Raichu by one stage. The moveset on it is Thunderbolt, Grass Plot, Hidden Power, Ice, and, well, Happy Hour of course. Anyways, his team is very interesting. He's got the Kieran Black, which could be Scarf, could be a Z move user. He's got Decidueye for support, which could be a Defogger. He has Lando T, which could be a bulky Rock Setter. Celestial is going to be especially annoying. Tapu Koko as well. And Megaloplane is fast as hell. So what I need to do is basically preserve my Victini, because Victini does destroy the majority of his team, if not everything. It pretty much annihilates it all. With the exception of Lando T, depending on the set. But our Victini is Choice Scarf, so it can basically outspeed anything barring a Choice Scarf Tapu Koko. However, I do not see his Tapu Koko as being a Choice Scarf. So, with that being in mind, guys, let's get right into the battle as we take on Jimmeh6 in a fantastic OU tier battle. Alrighty then, my opponent's going to lead off with Kieran Black, and I'm going to lead off my Raichu because I had no idea what he would lead off with. Raichu is not going to be able to do anything in this battle, so I'm going to hard switch Raichu. I don't want to take an Earth Power and go right into Megairna, which is Assault Vest, easily take an Earth Power. However, it does switch out and go into Fancy L, and because it switches out first, it tells me that Kieran Black is actually Choice Scarf, so out comes my Megairna. This play is going to be me going for Flash Cannon as I expect a possible Lando T switch. But my opponent's going to switch his Decidueye out and go right into Celestial. So Flash Cannon is obviously not going to do too much to Celestial because A, they're typically especially defensive, and B, it's resisted. So Celestial gets healed leftovers. I'm not sure if it's going to go for a Leech Seed or what, but I'm going to go for Volt Switch here. It does a decent chunk of damage to it. And I'm going to switch into my Goodra, hoping for a possible Leech Seed. But my opponent goes for Heavy Slam instead, and he gets a critical hit, which does about 70% to Goodra. So Celestial gets healed leftovers. I'm going to go for the Fire Punch. He is going to go for Protect, trying to see why I was switching to Goodra against his Celesteela. And I'm like, at this point, I don't want to stack off my Goodra right now. So I'm going to hard switch Goodra out, and I'm going to Grand Soil the Landorus T here. To get the Intimidate off, hoping I'll go for another Heavy Slam. And at last, he does go for Heavy Slam, which means his Celestial is going to take some Rock Element Recoil, and that is fine. So Celestial gets healed leftovers. I'm going to go for a U-turn here. He's going to switch off his Celestial and go right into Kieran Black, which is very risky because for all he could have known, I come up for a Stone Edge right there. But U-turn is going to not do too much to Kieran Black, but does allow me to get switch initiative, and I'm going to go right into Vengeance to Victini. I know I'm faster because my Victini is Choice Scarf. I'm going to go for a U-turn, however he stays in. And this at least forewarns him that I am a Choice Scarf Victini, so I can maybe switch stuff out later on and get momentum. So going to Tapu Fini here. Tapu Fini is going to get hit with an Earth Power. Earth Power is not going to do a lot. And Tapu Fini gets healed with the leftovers. So next, my opponent is going to switch his Kieran Black out. He's going to go into Fancy L to Decidueye. As I do, double out and go into Landorus T, which is going to get the Intimidate off. Now I have a chance to set up Stealth Rocks. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically go for a U-turn, expecting him to switch out or something. And I'm going to switch right into my Water Dragon, the Goodra, expecting a Leaf Blade, but he goes for a Spirit Shackle instead. That's going to knock my Goodra down to about 15 HP, and Goodra can no longer escape, which means I have no choice but to go for an attacking move. So I go for a Fire Punch of Goodra, does a decent amount of damage, and Decidueye will finish off Goodra with a U-turn, so Goodra is knocked down. So here's Decidueye goes back to him, and he gets what I get switch initiative because he has to send out first. And I go to my Victini, and I'm hoping that he realizes I am a Choice Scarf Victini, thus he will switch out. So he goes to the Fake Out, does some damage to my Victini, and I'm gonna go for a U-turn here, hoping that he switches out, but no, he's gonna stay in. So U-turns to do Jack Diddley Squat to his low plane. I'm going Grand Soul Lando T, get Intimidate off on the low plane, hoping that does not switch in or go for Ice Punch rather. He goes for a return, does some damage to my Lando T, but he also takes Rock Element Recoil. So I'm going to hard switch Lando T out. I'm going to go and Tapu Fini here, expecting the Ice Punch, And that's precisely what he does. He does go for the Ice Smash, which is going to do nothing to Tapu Fini. After Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers, I am going to go for a Surf here, expecting to switch into Celesteela. He does not want to take a Moonblast. And Surf is going to do a decent amount of damage, and that's going to score a critical hit on it. Almost takes it out. So Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers as a Celesteela. And I am going to go for a Surf, as my opponent does go for a Protect here, just so he can get some extra recovery. But that also helps my Tapu Fini out in a way, because it also gets recovery. So, after Celesteela gets healed leftovers, and this annoying leftovers animation is so slow, it goes away. Surf hits the Celesteela, almost takes it out, knocks it down to red. He goes for a Leech Seed, and unfortunately for me, it does not take it out. So now I have to decide if I want to switch it out or not. The Celesteela gets healed leftovers, and will get healed by Leech Seed. Tapu Fini is going to get sapped. Get his health sapped from it, sorry. I'm going to switch Tapu Fini out and go Grand Soul Land T, expecting a possible Protect. But he sees I'm going to switch out and goes right for another Leech Seed. I'm like, oh crap, man. So at this point, I don't know what to do. And Celesteela gets healed leftovers and Leech Seed, and my Land T is being sapped away. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks and basically make it so that any mon that switches in will get hurt. He goes for Flamethrower, hoping it does not burn me, knocks my Land T down to 35 HP. And Celesteela gets healed leftovers and Leech Seed again. And Celesteela is pretty much going to be at near full health in the green. I'm a hard switch Grand Soul. I'm going to go on a Victini here. As my opponent does go for a Flamethrower, which does absolutely nothing to my Victini. Now, he has nothing to switch in. Even if he's switching to Lando T, assuming it's not a bulky rock setter, it will take a lot of damage. So go for the Victini, I go for the V-Crate, that's going to knock out the Celesteela. And that's one down on his side, I believe, and one down on my side. So out comes Tapu Koko here. He's going to take some rocks damage. Even though my Victini is Choice Scarf, it is at -1 speed, so it can't outspeed Tapu Koko. So what I'm basically do here is I'm going to switch Victini out, I'm going to go Land T and stack it off. As my opponent is going to go for a U-turn here after the Intimidate. And not only is he going to take Life Orb Recoil, but he's also going to take Rock Helmet Recoil. It doesn't even take out my Lando T either. So that's awesome. Next out will come his Abundant Lopine. I don't know why he switched to Kieran Black, but he goes for a Lopine, he goes for the Return, and that is going to knock out my Lando T and give him some Rock Helmet Recoil. Now if I was him, I would switch into Kieran Black, just to avoid Lopine taking any extra damage. So going to Victini, I'm going to go for the V-Create with my Victini. It's going to go into Kieran Black to take raw damage, and this thing is going to be annihilated by it. I guess he was not a bulky Lando T. Well, that's what I was thinking at the time, because he did not switch it in on Victini. So Kieran Black is down. Next out will come his own Lando T. He gets the Intimidate off. I don't know if he's Choice Scarf or not, so I'm going to hard switch Victini out. And I'm going to go right into Tapu Fini, and my opponent is actually going to go for the Swords Dance, which tells me this is a possible Z-move Lando T. So Lando T is a +2 attack, and I'm like, oh shit. You know what, worst case scenario, you take out my Tapu Fini, I'll switch to my Scarf Victini, go for a GlitchxCity and take out your Lando T. He goes for a Rock Polish though, and yeah, Surf is going to do a lot of damage to Lando T, but is not going to take it out. So now at this point I'm like, oh crap, he could destroy my Tapu Fini with a Supersonic Sky Strike. So what I basically do here is I end up sacking off my Raichu. Yeah, I had nothing else to do. I wanted to see if we could get him to waste his Z move, and at last he does waste his Z move. So Lando T is just gonna go right up into the sky with a Supersonic Sky Strike and just completely squish my Raichu, unfortunately. I know Raichu's my mascot, it's my favorite Pokemon, but sadly I had to stack it off just to get a clean switch. So go back to Tapu Fini, and I'm going to have to hit it with a Moonblast. It goes for an EQ. EQ knocks Tapu Fini down to 29 HP, and Moonblast will finish off the Lando T. So Lando T is KO'd. Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. Next out will come Tapu Koko. There's no point in switching out, so I'm basically going to just stack it off. So I'm going to free switch into Victini. He gets the Electric Surge up. Tapu Koko is going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that is going to finish off my Tapu Fini, and that's 4 down on my side and 3 down on his side. He takes a Life Orb Recoil, gonna go on a Vengeance to Victini. He's probably anticipating a V-Crate, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a Bull Strike, because regardless of it being resisted or not, any of his monsters, they're at the range of health where even a resisted hit will kill, especially in the electric terrain and after rocks damage. So Bullet Strike takes out Decidui. Next out will come Abundant the Low Punny. He's gonna take some rocks damage. He's gonna go for a fake out with Abundant the Low Punny. And my Victini is Choice Scarf, so I'm gonna go for a Bullet Strike here and completely destroy the Low Punny in the electric terrain. And next out will be his Tapu Koko, which after rocks damage is being in the range where a electric terrain boosted Bullet Strike will kill it. So Vengeance of Victini goes for a Bullet Strike and completely annihilates the Tapu Koko, and that is GG. So that was a very good battle in my opinion. He did make a questionable play, like not going to Kieran Black instead of low punting when I had my multi-land T out. But in the end, I still pulled off the win here with my Victini. Choice Scarf Victini hits really hard. My set Victini is basically V-Create, Bolt Strike, Glaciate, and U-Turn. And fortunately, I was able to sack off the Raichu that Z move, make him waste it, so Tapu can come in and finish off his Lando T. And if he went for EQ on the Raichu, he would have swept me with Lando T and I would have lost the match. But Jimmy, good game, dude. Thank you so much for the battle. And for the rest of you guys, if you enjoyed this fantastic Wi-Fi battle, please leave a like, comment, and thunderbolt the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the flip side. And remember, guys, keep riding the Thunder Waves to victory! Okay, thanks, bye.